Hi, in this video, we are going to learn about some Linux command. And we'll start with getting the local timestamp for this Linux machine. The command is date. Enter, and I can see the local timestamp over here. Now, let's say that I wanted to know more about this date command. And for that, I have to use date hyphen help. Enter. And I can get a lot of information about date command. Now, if I wanted to clear this screen, I can use the command clear. There is one more way to read the instructions for any command, and that is man for manual, and this is the command which we are looking for. Now you can see it has opened a new screen, and I can use down arrow to read about this command, and to exit from this screen I can just press Q, and this time you can see as compared to the help it's a little bit clear because instruction has been opened in new screen. Now let's say I wanted to know that which is the present working directory over here, and for that I can use pwd. Now we are going to see how we can create new file. And let's say I wanted to create a file without any content or without any data. So for that I can use touch command, that is touch, and then pass the file name over here. So I'll say sample1.txt. Enter. Now if I'll use ls command to list all the file over here, and here you can see we have sample1.txt file created. But let's see what is the content inside this file. So using cat we can see the content of this particular file. I can see there is nothing inside this particular file. Let's clear it out. Using echo we can create a new file, but what echo does, if I type echo and say hi, it is just going to print the same data over here, just like print statement in Python. Now if I wanted to create a file using echo command, I have to press this greater than sign, and if the name is sample2.txt. Enter. If I use the ls command now, you can see sample2.txt file has been created. And see the content of this file, and use the cat command, and we can see the same statement whatever we had in echo, same data has been moved to this particular file. Now if I'm using any other command, let's say ls command, ls command is giving all this output. So if I wanted to move this data to a new file, I can use this arrow and enter. Now if I will see the sample2.txt, you can see all the file name or directory name has been printed out over here. So this is one way to create a new file. Now moving to the next one, that is using some editor. We are going to discuss about two editors here. One is Nano, second one is Vim. So let's start with Nano. It's a little bit user friendly. So if I'll type nano sample 4.txt, enter. Now I can type all the data whatever I want, say data 1, data 2, data 3, and over here if I wanted to save this data, I have to use the command that is Ctrl plus O. Ctrl plus O. Enter. The data has been written over here. Now if I wanted to exit from this editor, I have to press Ctrl plus X. Ctrl X. Now let's see the data inside this newly created file, that is sample.txt. You can see data 1, 2, 3, which we had written in nano editor, has been printed out over here. Now let's reopen the previous file using Vim editor. So I have to type vi, then sample.txt. Now I have to press I to insert some data. Insert mode is active. I can add some new data over here. New one, new two, apple. Okay. If I wanted to save this data, press ESC to skip, and then colon, write, W for write, Q to quit. Now if I will check this file, sample4.txt, you can see the new data has been added over here. Now let's reopen this file. Press I to insert and say I will insert some more data, apple 1, apple 2, and this time I don't want to save this data, so press skip character and colon, Q to quit, and exclamation mark, enter. If I will see this file, you can see the new data, whatever we had written, it is not saved. Now let's reopen this file, and this time let's say I wanted to search some data, so press / and type the value. So if I will type apple, you can see it's highlighting the data, whatever I'm typing here. So new, or if I'll type data, it's highlighting all these informations. Now if I wanted to go to a particular line number, then use colon and line. Say I wanted to go to line 3, so I'll type 3, enter. You can see it's moved the cursor to the third line. Okay, so let's close this editor. What are the command we have to remember? Colon, W and Q to save the data and quit the editor. We are typing colon Q just to close the editor, Q and exclamation mark to save without the changes. I mean quit the editor without change. W to save the data, any line number to go to that particular line number, and to search any data, / and search data, you can type here. So these are different options what we have with Vim editor.